Hi there, this is just a digital presentation of the open house the other night. If you'd like to review it, or if you didn't get to make it out the other night and I didn't get to speak to you then, this will just be a quick wrap-up of what we talked about. If you'd like to get a hold of me directly for any reason in the classroom, here's the phone number and the extension you'll need to dial. To go over math and reading, I'll start with reading. Reading, the expectation at the end of last year and the beginning of this year is that they're going to be at a level 40. To let you see how your child's reading, they're going to be given a level 40 book, and they're going to record themselves reading this book onto Seesaw, and they'll be placing that into their digital portfolio so we have a baseline of where they are currently and what kind of work you have cut out for you in the future. As far as math goes, multiplication tables through the 12s, they knew how to do those by the end of 3rd grade. By the end of 4th grade, they need to answer all their facts within 3 seconds. That's how long it should take them to do the math problem. 5 times 5, they can't answer the math fact within that time period of 3 seconds, then they need to continue to practice it. My suggestion is that you work on knocking out the facts all the way through 11. Now they're going to know the 11s, they're going to know the 10s, they're not going to know the 1s, the 0s, the 2s, and the 5s, so you probably can take those out very quickly. But the other ones you will need to work on. My recommendation to do it before December, just because of the fact that we do work in division, and it will be much easier for them to transition into division if they have a solid background in their multiplication facts. Children who struggle with that and didn't have that till the end of last year, it really impacted that ability and it made it more of a struggle when they hit division. So work on that with your child, and most likely you'll be getting some flashcards from me in the near future. Some of the content we'll be covering: science, Earth, Moon, Sun, solar system, weather, land, ocean, ecosystem, structures of Earth, and physical regions of Virginia, and land and geography for social studies. That's what we'll be working on. Homework. There is no homework in this classroom. The reason there's no homework in this classroom is because if I give you a worksheet where every child gets the same math problems on it, it's not necessarily what every child needs to work on. What I will be doing is I will be in communication with you on any areas that your child might be weak in, so that you can take the time that you are not doing homework and you can put practice together for your child to work on things. If your child's not good in multiplication facts, you have all the time now. You would have normally devoted to homework to devote for the multiplication facts. If your child knows their multiplication facts, you now have time to work on other areas that your child may not be as strong in. The digital portfolio, you can be able to look at and go through and see if your child's capitalizing proper nouns, if they're capitalizing the first letter of their sentences, if they're putting their punctuation in the right spot. If you notice that they're not, then you can make practice for them at home, and that you'll have the time to do that now that you're not doing official homework. Reading every night is always a good thing, and with the goal of the level 40 and being a level 50 by the end of the year, we will need to have them practicing on that. Not only reading to themselves, but reading fluently and out loud, so when they're reading, it doesn't sound like a robot's reading to you, but rather a human being's talking to you. So those are skills that we'll be working on. I call it a story voice, so if they ever come home and they say, I got to work on my story voice, we're talking about fluency there. If you have any questions, again, about why there's no homework, please let me know, contact me, and I'll walk it through one more time to make sure that everybody understands that. It's extra time for you to work on what's needed, and believe me, you'll know because I'll keep in good contact with you to help you stay on top as well. Here are some of the sites that we're working on, and these are support sites that are going to be helping you as well with the homework that we don't have, but the practice that you do need. SumDog is a math website where it practices various skills with them. They actually get to have a character, and they purchase clothing for the character or accessories for the character. Also, we have 10 Marks and Splash Math, and they'll all be part of what is up and coming with the kids to help you at home. There'll be some more that we'll have as well as to increase or have other choices. So this is where we're going to start. If they have a password for anything, it's going to be found in their password folder on Seesaw. Now, as far as connecting. Seesaw, that's going to be an app that's your digital portfolio for your kid. They'll be putting samples and their writing in there. They'll be putting things that they're learning in there. They'll be responding in there. And as they respond, instead of waiting till Friday to get a lump of papers home to go through, you'll know immediately how your child did on a test, how they did in their writing. So I will be putting things in there as well for you, so you can work on that with your children if they need some help. Class Dojo, I don't use it as a behavior program, so if they're getting dings or anything like that, that's not what I use the dojo for. What I use the dojo for is because I like the easy communication they have, where I can drop a picture in, put links into activities, and put a short note. So that is where you'll find that in the class story section. Plus, I also can email parents back and forth, and it's not even an email, it's more like a text for me. So this is a very quick way to get a hold of me. If you need to message me through the dojo. Class Craft, the kids have all told you about Class Craft. Well, it's like the dojo was, with the good points and the bad points, but it's in even more levels of that. They can get gold pieces, they can get experience points, action points, and they can have health points taken away. They work as a team together to keep all their team afloat, and it teaches them teamwork, plus the motivational factor, which is really exciting because they really are motivated to participate in this game. In the beginning of the class story section, you're going to find a picture of this. There's a new button on here that's activated now. It's called My Writing Journal. If you put this on your phone, this is one click. This one click on your phone will take you to the calendar, the SEA groups that we have here, student portal, paying the lunch accounts. This is a Master Symbaloo, which is a collection of websites that I have for all the kids here. If they need to get to anything that we do in class, this is where they click. But this one right here is for you. This is a direct link to their writing journals, and their writing journals look like this. They all have their name on it. And just some tips on that. There's a little box right here, and it looks like this. So if you click on this little box here, it's going to expand out. Now when you first get to this section here, let me show you what it will look like. You're going to see this. When you're doing that, whether it's on your phone or computer, start using My Webmix, you're going to want to click on this. It's going to open up. It asks you to register. You do not need to register. Just close that out promptly, and you're there. When you go over here to the Writing Journal button, you'll notice that you have all the children's writing journals right here. They'll appear with the orange book in the picture that I showed you before. Right when you click on them, it'll take you to, there they go. When you click on them, it'll take you to their journals. And once again, here's that box with the arrow in it. If you click on this, it will expand it into a much easier and better view, especially if you're using a telephone or cell phone. As you can see, it expands right out. So those are some quick tips on that. Now going back here, teaching the kids grit this year. What's grit? It's like not giving up. It's like keeping going at what you're doing and realizing that failure or mistakes are helping you learn, and to not give up. So grit is what we're going to be really hounding them with in class. Instead of like, I'm not good at this, they already know I'm not good at this yet, but they could start saying, what am I missing that I'm not good at this? I give up. I'll use a different strategy. So it's a change and shift in mindset and how they think of things. I've sent this home in the class story. It's 10 questions to develop that kind of a mindset. You know, what did you do today that made you think or work hard? What a better question than what did you do today? So hopefully that'll get you some interesting answers in the upcoming year. Grading, it's an A, P, P, D, P, N. So if anybody has any questions on this, everyone seems pretty familiar with it because they've been doing it for a while now. Just let me know if you want a specific answer for something that you might have regarding that. Bus changes, you can't call them by phone. You're going to have to send a note, so please let us know if someone is going to ride home on another bus for daycare reasons, or any, someone's going to be at someone's house for house sitting or special arrangements that are made. Changes in information, you send in emergency information. If anything like that changes, please, in writing, keep in mind to send that in to us here. This is a report card schedule, and once again, if you go to the parent resources site that I have with where the writing journals were, this information is on there as well in the calendar section. Tentative conference dates, November 8th. And field trips. We're going to go to the planetarium on Halloween. And we're also going to go to the orchestra this year. And thank you for coming. That wraps up all that I needed to share with you. So if you have any questions specifically, feel free to email me or give a call.